And it was after number 19.
19.
Hello! Welcome to the podcast. This is Not For Radio. I'm Duncan Hyde. This is Jay Reeve.
Huzzah!
Caution, this podcast will contain some swearing and some absolute good times. On the podcast today, bloke gets stitched up in absolute beauty at a Hispanic bar in San Francisco and gets given the monster of all weed cookies, possibly the most potent thing ever put together. Also, Krystal lets us know about her pie recommendations, which is basically all these gnarly exotic animals from Australia.
And her torturous child.
We do a segment on getting sayings wrong on purpose, which turns out are way fucking funnier if you just say them wrong.
Yeah, great catch up or great message from an absolute lad, young buck out of Australia, looking for advice. Not entirely sure we are the people to ask for said advice, but we gave him some anyway.
Yeah, we share some thoughts, chatting about mowing beers as fast as humanly possible. We've got one of the greatest war stories, easily top 15 for me. Geez, we've had two rippers in a row yesterday and today.
Yeah.
You'll know which one it is when we get to it. And then first up, we'll let you know how you can be joining us in New Zealand at the Rock 2000 live event, which is the end of our big old countdown. But all the details next.
Some Team Kit winners. Nathan Addis, Brody, Redpath, Eden, Ohio, or here. Jake Starkman, congratulations, you get J-Mo's book, Mental as Anyone.
I'm 3/4 way through that. It's a bloody good read.
It's crazy shit in there.
There's some mad insights to worlds that I haven't been a part of, that I have no idea how they operate. It's great.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Mental as Anybody, give it a go, you'll love it. He's a few episodes back of the podcast. Enjoy the podcast.
Hey fellas, let's make Jay puke his guts up. This is Not For Radio.
Your headphones not working, mate.
Well, it's probably just me that's not working.
Well, I'll let you sort that out. Because first of all, for those who weren't listening to the podcast yesterday, a huge announcement. Over the next couple of weeks, we have your chance to win one of two trips to the Rock 2000 countdown. That is the countdown that we do every year on the radio station that we work for. And that'll be the end of the countdown at the biggest music venue in New Zealand when it comes to indoor venues. It is the premier location for any indoor gigs. I think there's, 6,000 or 7,000 people that have bought tickets, completely sold out. This is the only way that you can win tickets.
And it's the greatest countdown on the motherfucking planet.
So it's about the last, we bring home about the last 20 songs in the final day. It's so weird doing the radio show in front of that many people where it's just normally us two mugs in a studio, but fuck me, it's fun.
Yeah, it's even stranger watching people create circle pits to the radio being played.
Yep, yeah, and it's like a friendly circle pit though. It's not an elbows up.
No, they beat the fuck out of each other, then they help each other up and they go and get each other drinks. It's just great stuff.
So the prize is return flights for you and a mate to Auckland City from anywhere on the globe. Accommodation in Auckland City. We've got tickets to go to the sold out event. $1,000 spending money as well, and there's not one but two of these trips. So we're going to have 4 Not For Radio winners come from anywhere on the globe. All you need to do is to be Sniper Elite. This is the only way you can get it. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, you're like, what's Sniper Elite?
That's where the honey is. This is the pot. That is the honey.
So starting Monday, and I've seen heaps of people on the Snipers Night Me Facebook group saying they've finally jumped across. They want to be a part of this. It could be the best, $6 or $7 or whatever you spend, and then getting like thousands of dollars worth of trip to New Zealand. So if you're keen on jumping on board as of Monday, we'll let you know exactly how to do that. And obviously the people that are Sniper Elite will be able to enter with every episode.
And it is a very long way to come from the other side of the planet. So we are looking into the flexibility nature of being able to, buckle on an extra couple of weeks if you want to move your flights around. That's going to be on your
job.
bucko. Yeah, fuck
Move
off,
here.
Mate. Come over. Yeah, you might not want to
Buy a
leave.
new place, man. I've got room.
Yeah.
Fucking how good.
Dunk's have 5 bedrooms, so if you want to do a little bit of Airbnb-ing, that can be arranged.
For a small fee.
Attention, snipers! Gear up and hold your positions. It's time to load up some war stories. Your tales from the front line, brought to life. Prepare to fire.
Now, just quickly, we've had a little bit of feedback the stuff like that, but that plays between bits we're doing. So they have been too loud at the start of the week, and then they were slightly too loud yesterday, and now we need your feedback on what level that was. Because looking at the audio graph, you can't see any difference. I just had a look in the orthotomic.
Yeah.
And normally you can, so we're just figuring out where's the sweet spot. So let us know if that was just right, too quiet, or just a bit too loud.
Yeah, that'd be handy.
Maybe for that one, just slide instead of chucking on the Sniper's Nightmare, slide into the Not For Radio Facebook page DMs. So, we did chat about this on the show yesterday briefly, but I was too fucking buckled from your one that I was like, you know what? Let's just end it here and we'll come back to this.
Back-to-back danger wanks.
This was from Townsville in Australia. G'day, fellas. I've got a cracking yarn for you. I'd like to keep myself anonymous as my mates listen to this podcast. Hasn't even told his mates.
You fucking pussy.
Anyway, I was listening to podcast 181 about the schlong sizes while working, and it reminded me of the time I had hospitalised myself from feeding the chooks. Oh, this is elite level.
Shit, you must have thrashed it.
Wowee. Okay, so sit back and enjoy as this was possibly the lowest point in my life so far. So I was fresh out of high school, no job, and recently single. Poor triple threat. And I was...
Tick, 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 boom.
Here we go. And I'd previously given myself a hernia from work placement that I was doing during school. With nothing better to do than play video games as I had no money and no way of getting out to meet people, I decided that there was nothing better to do than see how many times I could play with the old meat sausage in one day as a bit of a pseudo challenge to myself while my parents were at work. This is so good.
What would be your record? What do you reckon? At the peak pestiness.
I always had girlfriends.
No, but like from like 13.
Yeah.
But you were getting your fucking end away that often.
Nah, but I feel like you would go for max, maybe 6 or something.
Yeah.
I feel like you would go for like elite level numbers / want to put yourself in the hospital if you didn't have a girlfriend.
Yeah. Mate, as soon as there wasn't anybody about, I'd be walking down the farm. I'm just like, oh, well, fuck it, no one's here. Just
Middle of the field.
Rip into the overalls, implement shed, hay barn, fucking anywhere. I remember it almost vividly because I was such a pest. I even got to the point where I was like, fucking, what are you doing, mate? Just leave the thing alone. It's looking like a fucking overcooked saveloy. It's fucking one of those ones that just boils too much and splits.
Something tells me
Anywho.
you and Anonymous have quite a bit in common.
If the hospital was closer, I would have gone.
It was going really well. Just absolutely ripping it off the hinges throughout the day. Taking breaks in between to rehydrate and eat a sandwich here and there.
Wank, sandwich, wank.
After about the 6th time, I noticed whenever I would finish, my stomach muscles would tighten and there would shoot pain through my entire body, making it even better when I finished.
Oh, fuck it, hell.
But leaving me sore afterwards. At this point, I had thought to myself, maybe I should stop. I might be taking this too far.
The shooting pain in your stomach.
Then I thought to myself, nah, she'll be right. As I would soon learn, it was not all right. After a few more hours of doing this with the occasional video game break mixed in, my parents got home, at which point I had to fucking stop. However, I was only 12 and I only wanted to go higher
12?
Higher on the leaderboard at this point.
Fuck.
And at this point, every time I finished, pain would shoot through my body and I wouldn't be able to walk for a few minutes after. Oh my God.
What a savage.
At about 11 p.m. He's been going all day to run out of sunlight. He's still going.
There must be like a puff of dust out of the end of it at this stage.
At about 11 p.m. when my parents went to bed, I had powered on, even with the pain getting worse and worse. At this point, it was like having electrodes strapped to your body and having a 40,000 volt taser strapped to my balls. And it was after number 19.
19? Fuck off. There is no way. There is no fucking way. You cannot do the 19.
Oh, I'm almost done, but I need to get through the end of it.
Is there? Fuck no. That has to be a world record.
This is just so
19 wanks. It's more years than he's been alive.
Oh my God.
It's almost double his age.
And it was after number 19 that I felt something rip, and it was an agonizing pain thinking, oh shit, I've really done myself a mischief here. I went to wake up one of my parents. It was like 3:30 in the morning. He kicked on after 11. Oh, shit. And it was at this point I realised I couldn't walk. I was in so much pain. I had to get on my hands and knees and crawl out of my room. I thought of waking my parents, but I couldn't bear to have them see me in this state, so I crawled out of my room, through the kitchen, down a set of stairs, and onto the front footpath of my house, where I proceeded to call an ambulance.
That's a lot for an 11-year-old.
I told them my address and not to rock up with the sirens, as I did not want to disturb my housemates. So they came and picked me up and loaded me full of the best drugs and took me to hospital. It turns out that by strangling my old fella so much, my muscles were tensing so hard that it tore the hernia to a triple the size it normally was. Shit. And I was taken in for surgery as my intestine had gotten caught in it because of how large I'd torn it open. After surgery, I saw my mum sitting next to me. I then proceeded to tell my mum that it must have happened while I was sleeping and that I didn't want to disturb them, as I knew she had an early start the next day. And to this day, I don't know if she knows the truth or not. Anyway, sorry for the David Longy. Love the podcast. Keep it up.
19 winks. No one's beating that.
No one's
beating that.
No one's rupturing their torso because they pulled their noodles so hard. Oh, that's going to be tough to beat. That is going to be so tough. Oh, damn.
You fucking little pest.
Let's call me Joe, because that's my fucking name. From England. You're listening to Jay and Dunc's Not For Fucking Radio. Max Chickens, brothers.
Not for radio.
Yes.
What a lad.
Just quick happy birthday to Reese Aiken. Great podcast, listener of the podcast. He's turning 21 on Sunday, I believe it is. I don't know if is it a tradition all over the world to do the yard glass, or is that just a New Zealand and Australian thing?
Yeah, I think it started in the UK.
Which is 2.5 jugs?
Yeah, it's like 7 beers.
Yeah. I don't want to do. I've done 3 of them. They fucking sucked every time. I've got no interest in doing another one. I got slightly better with age. I think the last one I did was like 34.
That's fucking rapid.
It was. Were you there for it? And it was right before I started working with you.
Yeah.
It was like.
That's good going.
No, not 34. No, it was 34 years of age.
Oh yeah, I was like, fucking hell, sub-minutes good going.
Nah. I didn't.
My mate snacked at his in 49 seconds.
Yeah, Bowley, you've met Bowley. Bowley
yeah.
did his in 23 and was annoyed because it got stuck in his throat halfway through. Obviously, an open throat. Fuck, I made him do it so many times at that 40th. I was like,
shit.
Come on, mate, we haven't seen your trick. And he's like, oh. And so he'll get the pint, and if you're watching this video, this is how fast he does it. He gets the pint and just goes, yep, gone. And it's like half a second to a whole pint. It's fucking impressive. And I was like, it just gave me such a rush because I hadn't seen it for so long. I was like, yes, do another one. And he's like, oh, come on. I was like, I'll do one with you. So I'm bloody doing the vorteces or whatever, try and get mine down faster. And he's just annihilating his. It never gets old to watch. It's one of the most impressive things ever. I think I made him do about 10. There's
a dude that used to set up with a table and he'd have like, I don't know, like a fucking slab of piss basically. And it was like, can you beat me for $10? And people just turn up and just put down $10. He gives them a beer and just goes, go, cheers. And just stares at them and just goes, thump, and just disappears.
I'm pretty sure that he's only been beaten once.
Wow.
And I will ask him over the weekend. I'll see if he actually has. He may not have, but for some reason I think he lost once and he was part of a boat race in Southeast Asia, like Thailand or something like that, against some Australians. I think it was slow, like kind of ringing a bell.
There was we had which is ironic, a big Movember end of Movember steam session when I was teaching, and there was a whole bunch of former students that turned up at the pub that were also doing Movember, and they challenged their best to our best. And so big Rob Leslie stepped up to the plate, and he still has a fucking jug scull record at Otago Uni where he went to school. And he is rapid. And so it was jug v jug. And obviously fucking excessive drinking, whatever, don't do it, blah, blah, blah. And so...
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And so I can't remember who it was he stepped up against. Some student he stepped up against. Anyway, he did the exact same thing, but with a jug. Like tipped it that quick. Like just went, boom. And it just fucking vanished. And I was like, ready to cheer him on. It was like 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, fuck, he's done. Jesus Christ.
Because there's a difference between open throating and just tipping it back as fast as you can tip it back without it going over your face. But then if you do what old mate did and you're sucking at the same time and open throat, then you're vacuuming piss back. It's so sick.
It was so impressive. And he's no young buck either. He's still got it in him though.
It'd be it's literally one of the best party tricks. Name a better one. Wristwatch, not as good.
Nah. The walrus, double walrus.
Yeah, that goes all right. Hey, just had a message through from, I think I'm going to say Heige, but it may be Hagee, from Victoria in Australia. Hey, fellas and fellies. So a few weeks ago, I lost my dad to cancer. That sucks.
Shit,
He's
man.
only 54.
Fuck. Condolences, brother.
Man, that's rough. And I'm only 22. I'm really struggling to find a path out, and I can't focus on anything, not on work or my relationship or my girlfriend, and I'm feeling like I'm failing at everything and I'm trying. I'm full of regrets. He battled cancer for 8 years, and I feel like cancer stole my childhood with him. So many adventures that we couldn't go on. One thing that has been helping me brave the day has been the potty. You guys really are all that makes me laugh right now and help me get out of my own head. I'm wondering if you guys have had any experience with grief and how much you overcame the feeling of despair and regret. Thank you so much for all that you do. Live long, live hard, and up the bloody wires.
It's a toughie, and I'm very lucky that I haven't. I view things very differently, and I think it's probably not the best way of doing it. Yeah, it's there is nothing worse, I think, than losing a parent. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, for a parent, there's nothing worse than losing their own kid. But I think you've just got to sit with it and have people sit in the mud with you during those moments. Like, someone turns up and gives you advice. You don't need fucking advice. You just need someone to sit there with you and just be in the space with you, not offer advice, and just let you work through the emotions. And I don't think you should rush yourself or put a time limit on it, or say, well, I've given myself a month, or it's been a couple of weeks now and I need to cheer up, I need to get on with it. I think one thing that would be really cool, and take this or leave it, is all of those things that you missed out on or you feel you missed out on, list them up and fucking go and do them for your dad.
Yeah, start going knock him over.
Yeah, there was a mission.
Round up any mates that are keen to jump on board.
Yeah.
Have you got any cool uncles that might be keen?
Yeah, and just go and do it. Just go and do it for the old boy, because there is not a shadow of a doubt that he wouldn't have wanted to do it, and just getting ravaged by the rust is just the fucking pits. So do it for you, and do it for the old man. And just, I don't know, is there something that will tie you to him? Or it could be something as simple as, like, a buddy of mine, Dodsy, who does the AA weekend with me. Yeah. His old man loved fucking Waikato Draft. So he's got Willie the Waikato Waiter tattooed on him. Yeah, nice. And it's just a constant reminder of his old man.
The one thing I would say, I don't think it does you any good focusing on the stuff that you feel like you missed out on. Like, whether or not be all those trips that you when he had cancer when you were younger or whatever, or the stuff you were going to do in the future. Something that I've done for close mates that I've lost is instead of just, because it sucks, it's never not going to suck that they're not here. That's going to be shit until the day you die. But you can reframe it and then think about and appreciate all the good times that you did have with that person. Yeah. And then if you ask yourself the question, would I have rather had the small amount of good times I had with that person or none at all? And the answer is always going to be the small amount of good times. So you just fucking focus on those. Yeah. Every time you think, don't focus on the stuff that you feel like you missed out on, focus on the stuff that you did do with that person and you did enjoy, all your favourite memories or whatever. And then you kind of are left feeling grateful. But like Jay said, you got to work through it at your own pace, because fuck it, grief sucks. Yeah. My sister-in-law passed away of brain cancer last year, and Mika, my sister, sent me a message this morning. She was like, oh my gosh, I just got absolutely buckled in the Uber on the way to the airport. Because the song came on, then she got a text from a mate saying, hey, we're doing a run on the Gold Coast for brain cancer. Do you want to be a part of it? And then listen to the lyrics of the songs. And this is like over a year ago, and she was just bawling her eyes out in the back of the taxi. So time does help, but fuck, I don't think it's ever not going to suck. Yeah, I think the other piece of advice that I'd give is steer clear of piss, because it just doesn't fucking add anything. You can't numb it away, and instead of reaching for tubes or someone going, hey mate, let's catch up for a beer, go for a walk. Go for a walk along the beach. Get yourself grounded. Get out into a little bit of nature, and so you can start to appreciate all of the things as opposed to staring into the bottom of
a handle of piss.
Which, by the way, totally understand. You'd be like, man, that sounds kooky as shit being 22. Try it first, then come and talk to us.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like, fuck, I ain't going for a walk if I'm 22. I'd way rather go to the pub with the boys and forget about it. But sometimes forgetting about it ain't going to fix it. It's still going to be there when you wake up in the morning with a fucking massive headache.
Yeah. And then it becomes...
And then you'll feel worse.
Your body starts to attach dealing with shit situations with piss, and then it becomes a pretty slippery slope.
So, thank you for your message.
Yeah, awesome. And, mate, and fuck, we're here for you, brother. You need anything, let us know.
Hand changes.
You're listening to Not For Radio with Jay and Dunc. This is a pro-cat show. These boys, they love a bit of pussy.
And, didn't say no, so that's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, like I said, the moisturiser is on.
Anything.
Put the lotion on the skin.
Okay, anonymous member here. Did you chuck some of these on our sheets, Teagues? Or are we going off the comment? No, you haven't. Okay, cool. This is from an anonymous sniper on the Sniper's Nightmare Facebook page. Says, I know at one point we covered mismatched phrases, but have we ever covered outright wrong phrases? For example, you can't beat off a dead horse. The logic being a horse is dead and you can't jerk one off. Anybody got any others? So here are some dead wrong sayings. 8 cans short of a 6-pack. Thanks, Jess Taylor.
This is fucking Brad the Boss.
I know. Maybe we can give some of these to him for the radio show as well. This from Stu Brown. Let's get this road on the show. Scott Lizard, I think it is, or Izzard. It's all water under the fridge. Oh, that's so good. Reese Woodcroft, that's just a thorn between two roses. And Mike Smith, it's not rocket surgery, that's one of the greats.
Like, Brad the Boss has actually said that.
Chris Clow, we're getting close to getting two birds stoned at once. Or you got to keep your friends closer than your enemy's toaster. Oh, shit. Although Ricky is from Trailer Park Boys, apparently. Does the Pope shit in the woods. Steve Jolly is one of the greats. Ryan Thompson. And we're off to the gear button. Gear button. Let's go. Matt Sherrington will cross that bridge when we come to burn it. Mitchell Wood. Bob's your auntie. It's 2025. Neil Billington, you hit a nail right between the eyes. Harley Pilara,
Bob's your
Peleus. If your Uncle Jack's helps you off a horse, you could help your Uncle Jack off a horse. Oh, fuck. The thick plottins. Thanks, Jess Birkin. Dan Ra, when life gives you melons, you're probably dyslexic. Oh, shit.
Jay and Dunc, fucking brilliant. Not for radio.
Yeah. Have you got a story about? Did you say before you came in here the bake story?
Yes, it's my war story.
Oh, okay, it's your war story. No, we'll hold that for the end.
Yeah.
This one. Let's see if we get to some more feedback for the show today.
Do you want me to read this one?
There's been heaps sitting there.
This one from Krystal.
Yep.
The Krystal Pistol Crookshank from Fernvale, Australia. Hello, gentlemen, Teagues and Westy Lee. I like it how she didn't include Wesley Lee as gentleman. I want to send a quick greeting. Small but growing town along Brisbane Valley Pieway. You read that correctly, Pieway. The old Fernvale Bakery should definitely be on your to-visit list, boasting over 90 pies and a variety of sausage rolls, including camel, croc, you're kidding,
sick,
kangaroo,
sick,
and yowie, which is a mix of all of those meats together. Pies for those who are daring, I am not. There's also a pub conveniently located next door. Thank you for the laughter and the joy that you have provided. You've helped me through some pretty dark times. Thanks for your health messages and focus on mental and physical well-being. I've also managed to lose 37 clicks in the last 14 months listening to you guys.
Oh my
Fucking
gosh.
Krystal.
Did you reckon Crystal's been out walking listening to the potty?
Well,
or maybe not quite claim that much.
Yeah, I've definitely.
Great nudge. That is an outrageous amount of weight.
That is
it's like
insane.
Fucking close to 80 blocks of butter.
That's Tegan.
Where are you?
I'm 63.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
As 5'2".
As for now, I'm sitting in the emergency room with a fractured finger.
Oh, no.
Courtesy of my 3-year-old She-Hulk, who insisted I get up at 2 a.m. to play Bluey. When I declined, she fractured my finger instead. So here I am, awake, hearing aids in, listening to some of your older podcasts, now officially part of the elite team. Oh, yes.
Welcome.
Congratulations.
Top brass.
It's a slow night in this place, but I'm enjoying the looks I'm getting from triage nurse Brian, because that's his fucking name. Well, that's what I'm calling him anyway. He looks like a Brian, sounds like a Brian, and if looks could kill or land someone in a cycle ward, Brian would have me admitted. Between us, I probably fit the part, messy hair, sleep deprived, one sock, one croc, and a bandage on the other foot from a roofing screw I stepped on 3 weeks ago while bragging to a client that I never get hurt. But that's a story for another time. Thank you for the laughs, the good times, all the hard work you do. Up the wires. Krystal, congratulations. You're a fucking star, and I hope that the finger's okay.
Yeah, can we maybe sing Krystal Get Well Soon present? I feel like there's many layers to that. It's just fucking awesome. We'll sing you something out. Get in touch, Krystal.
Also, I wouldn't mind trying a fucking one of those pies, you know?
I was trying to rank them in my head if I was to walk in there and be like, holy fuck, look at these. There's like a kangaroo, crocodile, camel. All
what
the rest
would you
of it.
go?
Probably camel.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever have the opportunity to have camel again. And then I'd probably go croc.
Yeah.
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo meat is fucking delicious, by the way.
And then if I was to go back again after, that's when you have them all together.
The yowie.
Yeah, the yowie.
That would be. Yeah.
Oh, just on the kids injuring parents. Just got off it was my other sister's birthday today, Bridget's birthday. We rang her on the way in. She's like, her husband Matt's away at the moment. He friggin' designed super yachts. All the Russian oligarchs always fly him out so he can show them their plans and stuff. It's bizarre.
Mad ass job, eh?
Yeah, it works massive hours, but does incredibly cool shit. And she was like, I was like, how are you? She's like, because she's just had the back surgery, which we had some discs replaced a couple of months back.
Bit of shaggers back, eh?
I think so. And then that's all fixed. I was checking in on that, seeing how that's going. Then I was like, and she goes, oh, the kid's been injuring me. I was like, what do you mean? And then I'll just say the worst one because the other one's not as bad, but it's just typical parents copping it when another parent's away. But her youngest was on the bed, and for whatever reason, she decided to slam her head back and get comfortable and smacked it straight into Bridget's nose and front teeth. And her nose bleed out both nostrils for 2 hours straight. Couldn't get it to stop bleeding. And then it was like 2 days later, it was still hurting. She had a chiropractor appointment. She's like, fuck, I'll go and ask him about the teeth just while I'm here, sort of thing. And he cracked her teeth back into place, her front teeth. And he goes, they'll be straight now. So they're all like wiggly and shit, and she can't eat on them and stuff. I was like, that's from a kid's headbutt. So, moral of the story is, if you're ever in a fight, don't forget about the headbutt. It can be lethal.
That's the greatest way to
start
it.
No, you don't want it to be lethal. It's very effective.
Yeah.
The big don't argue Liverpool kiss.
If you fart, they will forget in a day, but if you shit yourself, they will remember for a lifetime. You got to make big plays to be a big player.
Gandhi.
There it is.
Great. And that'll lead us into our last war story for Friday.
Snipers, reload. Another war story incoming. Eyes on target, scopes dialed in. Let's see who hits the mark.
Okay, this is a David Longy, and the voice is in tatters after some Balinese dance. Let me clear my throat. Paul Ashford, thanks mate. This is under the category of baked. All Day Baked by Earl Squirrelson. Heard your tale about the bird high talking to cardboard Julia Roberts, so here's my yarn. What up, legends? Short preamble here, chucklers, as this is a fuckload of content. A David Longy and then some. And I've gone hard to trim the fat, jettison ballast, edit the waffle, but it's still a novel. And go. 3 geezers, a Jew, and 2 sailors walk into a bar. Not the start of a joke, 100% fact. All mega funny, spelt C-U-N-C-E. And characters and stories galore from 2 weeks together, running amok in San Fran 20 years ago. Bare-chested, wrestling in the snowdrifts. I digress, back to the story. The bar was more of a nightclub in the Mission, downtown San Fran Hispanic neighborhood. So the filthy Englishman, as Oasis as you like. The Kiwi Brothers and the septic tank host, let's call him Jerky Boy, because that's his fucking nickname, stood out like testicles on a turtle. Making her way through the nightclub crowd was a hostess with a tray of things in front of her, held up by a strap around her neck. If she was a vendor at a sports game in a Hollywood movie, her tray would have been full of peanuts, popcorn, Cracker Jacks, hot dogs, etc. Miss Hostess Lady had all manner of items that one might need in the club. Cigarettes, gum, condoms, lighters, breath mints, and so on and so forth, and things of that nature. No one reacted until the words, hash cookies, left her lips. Wait, what? How much? Is this for real? What do you think? Questions fired back and forth in thick geezer accents before a deal was struck to lower the $8 per asking price down to $4 for $20. After the cash for the cookies was exchanged and the merchandise studied, analysed, sniffed for sure, licked and then stuffed in someone's jacket pocket for another time later, the night of drinking and ridiculousness continued. First one up the next morning, unable to sleep any longer, the kitchen decidedly sparse in the breakfast food department, so I sought out the cookies and had a cheeky nibble. Oh, it tasted like, a good choc chip cookie. No green hue, no weird flavour, nothing to indicate this innocent bicky was THC fucking heavy. Scally, very hungover and heading for his morning dump, shuffles past, breaks off a morsel for the trip to the toilet, a controversial move, eating while shitting. On the return, he gives me his review and confirms my initial thoughts. We've been fucking duped. Shelled out $20 for 4 bog standard homemade artisanal at a stretch, very delicious but weed-free chocolate chip cookies. Scally slinks back into bed, leaving me to mac a cookie lock, stock the fucking lot. Boom. Fast forward an hour as the chaps start to rouse. Mid-morning, pillow talk is shooting shit, piecing moments of the night before together, cupping farts in each other's faces, rounding up items to wear from the clothes soup that is on the floor of Jerky Boy's room, and bickering about whose turn it is to pop the kettle on and make a brew of tea, and who's got ciggies. Somewhere during the banter and bullshit, slinging the hash cookie subject got a rinsing, and Jerky Boy had a wee taste test and agreed they were very delicious, but probably duds. The morning brief was, get up, stop fucking around, we have to go back to the mission and get the car stat. So we get our shit together, swagger out the door, hop into Money, a modern tram, to downtown San Francisco. At this point, I suspect that there's a strong possibility that there was actually some marijuana in that cookie. A point shared with the lads as a bit of a stony buzz washed over me. Now, back in the day, I dabbled with edibles in the form of hash, melted butter, stirred through the yogurt, nicer than it sounds, and once you eat it and it hits you being digested and taking effect, you have no control over it at all. The buzz is like a wave that starts as a rolling swell that builds, keeps jacking up. How big and for how long? Well, fuck knows. That depends on a number of things. In this case, how much weed was in the cookies and how much I was not a pothead. Little did I know that cookie was... Little did I know that cookie wave was fucking Nazir. QJ to explain the monster surf spot. Nazir is in Portugal. It's the biggest fucking wave in the world. That's where guns catch 100-footers.
He's got the Nazir of fucking THC cookies in his system.
And I was a grommet and it got pretty gnarly.
On a boogie board.
By the time we got off the Mooney in the city, I was warm, fuzzy, and about to start squinting and smiling a lot. While the buzz was looming large, so was the internal question of, how high am I going to get? After what seemed to me 4 to 6 weeks, we found the car. I was fucking losing it. Among other things, the sense of time, we, all 6 of us, piled into the ute, geezers in the tub, Jerky Boy on the steering wheel, my bro, the right-hand man, and me, Mr. Wasted Guy, wedged thankfully betwixt them. Sense of balance now getting fucking precarious. Next stop, COSTCO. Claustrophobia / paranoia now hopped in the mix while we were in COSTCO. Along with the munchies, 2 birds, 1 stone for the baked dudes. By now, Jerky Boy was fucking buzzing, but still managing to function. Time to escape the monster trolleys and get a $1 hot dog or 4. Ooh, glizzies. Joining the queue and gazing up at the menu boards, salivating like the supermodels dressed in sheer Victoria's Secret-inspired lingerie hot dog costumes, clearly stating hot dogs $1 in huge-ass 1 metre high backlit font, I asked my mate, how much are they? $1, dude. Oh, sweet. I start the search for the elusive dollar's worth of jingling change in oh, fuck. But there was 4. It seemed like there were like 25 pockets. 20 to 30 seconds of counting and recounting was probably closer to a minute and a half. How much are they again?
He's going into shutdown mode.
$1, bro. Got it. Count, recount. Pretty sure I have enough. Man, how much did you say they were? Still $1. Finally, with a fistful of shrapnel, hopefully totaling $1, eyes watering, cotton wool mouth, I gathered myself and focused on an impending task of verbally forming a sentence that would order me the aforementioned said $1 hot dog.
Oh, man.
Fucking hell.
When you're there where he is right now, it is hard going. It's like trying to walk in jelly.
Standing there, 3 people from the front, I start practicing my order. Hi, 1 hot dog, please.
He's practicing his order. He's mega cook.
Afternoon, single hot dog, thanks. G'day, just the 1 hot dog, please, Marvin. The cashier's name was definitely not fucking Marvin. Analysing my words and delivery, I decided I couldn't understand myself, so panic set in. I turned to Jerky Boy with a deer in the headlights, stunned mullet expression. I hoped indicated it would be better if he ordered my hot dog, thrust a handful of predominantly 5-cent coins at him, and quietly addressed my mini mental meltdown.
Oh, man.
Eventually, the hot dog arrives, and despite it being 50% meat at best, and that meat being 100% processed lips and assholes off the abattoir floor, an almost bread-like squishy bun topped with red, yellow, and green stuff, it was the fucking greatest thing I've ever eaten in my life. I'm pretty sure I said it like 20 times to anyone that wanted to, or probably didn't even want to listen. Absolutely the weed talking. To be fair, this $1 hot dog could have been jam on a post-it note, pickled onion dipped in chocolate, deep fried shit on a stick, even fucking elephant's balls on toast, and I would have thought it was the greatest thing I've ever eaten in my life. While we waited for the rest of the crew to find their way out of COSTCO, old mate and I stood out in front of COSTCO, hoping the fresh air would help stave off the still building stony wave. The sheer numbers of people and their energy was frankly overwhelming for a person in my state. Brain scrambled and now guts full of poor quality hot dog. Shitting myself was probably in my future now. We embraced the theory of, if I can't see you, you're not there, and turned around to face the brick wall. Now in the construction of this brick wall, the brickies had turned every 4th brick sideways in every course, which meant that there were brick ends poking out of the wall randomly, but consistently. I know that this is a contradictory statement, but I stand by it. So fucking cooked at this point. The brick ends were close enough together that if you were a ripped rock climber with ridiculous grip strength, chalky hands and those funky shit climbing shoes, you'd indeed ascend COSTCO walls like Spider-Man. Now, it has to be said that neither of us are legendary rock climbers or in any physical or mental state to climb anything, but while standing there, my sidekick began to study and mentally map the hand and footholds and then physically reach and step to them despite not leaving terra firma. So if you were standing behind these 2 nucks standing 2 feet from a 5-story high brick wall watching, one was a statue, dead still, hands in pockets, motionless. The other one was behaving like a human marionette fucking puppet being controlled by a toddler on Red Bull. All of this, and it's only 11:45 a.m. I've edited this down to here. The rest of the day, another 8 to 10 hours greening out, consisted of remaining fucking way baked, collecting someone's dry cleaning from Ramon, 100% old mate's name was not Ramon, and experiencing what went similar to ordering the hot dog when eating a steak. Dinner at a pub, which took me an hour, and I was struggling to maintaining the focus, and repetitive chewing was exhausting, culminating in collapsing into a giant armchair made of velvet, covered marshmallow. At least that's what it felt like. Was probably the pile of clothes soup on the floor, as I mentioned earlier, drift off to sleep on the 14th hour of being wasted.
Oh, that's brutal.
On the wasted express train to destination, eternally toasted. The question was pondered. will I ever straighten up? As it turns out, I did. Next morning, woke up feeling like the guy of one of those movie scenes face down on a beach as the foamy waves retreated in the sand, tired and disorientated, mouth full of grit that tasted like kitty litter, but the cat drinks bourbon and smokes cigars. I kill a thirst, exhausted but alive. I had made it through the day, down that fucking monster wave, but at what cost? To my brain cells, reputation, fuck knows. Tough day in the fucking trenches, but a good yarn. Apart from that, sweet as, other fucking wars. Love your work, you make me giggle hard. Tough shifting a big rig through the grate when you're crying with laughter, but I get it done. Go hard, go long, go well, and get after it.
Mate, great yarn. Jeez, that was some commercial strength shit.
Fuck.
Look, isn't that just it's so hard to imagine people do that, do that shit and go to like operate heavy machinery?
Yeah. I had a...
Because when you don't have a tolerance to it, it fucking wipes you out. Like, he was as deep as you go.
I used to be, when I was a 13, 14-year-old, I'd be buging daily. Like, I would chuff shit tons of weed.
Mm-hmm.
Growing it, selling it, being a proper little rat bastard. And so my tolerance, I could like smoke like ciggies, and it wouldn't even put a dent in it. Yeah. And I made the mistake because I was like, I hadn't done it for years and years and years and years and years. And a buddy of mine sparked up a joint and goes, "Do you want to have a little bit of a hit on this?" I was like, fuck, why not? I mean, smacked it, and by geez, they were absolutely clean.
Just pulled the blinds, pulled the blinds down on you.
Yeah. We were meant to be going out. I was like, drop me off at home. And this is like as an adult, like only a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I walked straight in, eyes almost jammed shut, massive smile on my face, and Dad goes, "You're fucking wasted." And I was like, "Yep, I'm going to bed." It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Slept it off.
And that's when your dad knew the job was done. Raising a boy.
Take your victory lap, soldier. You've earned your stripes.
I did that chat justice with my croaky shit voice, so apologies.
I mean, anybody that's ever been bait can put themselves in his shoes. I immensely enjoyed it. I'm going to go with 19 Wank, anonymous bloke.
It's just unbelievable he managed to put it away that many times.
They were still going at 3:30 in the morning. Like, that is
I reckon
a shift.
you would.
He's setting an alarm clock. He's getting up every 40 minutes and going again.
Are you? I wonder if he's running a lube sitch as well.
Probably not at that age. Probably not that age.
It's a fucking dry old argument. It'd be like giving yourself a Chinese burn.
That was incredible. Hey, if you're listening at the start of the podcast, we're talking about flying a whole bunch of people like you and a mate ×2 to the Rock 2000, Auckland, New Zealand, and you have to be Sniper Elite. If you're thinking about signing up, it is 100% the best way to support us to continue to make this content, and use the code NOT4Radio when you do it. And use the link as opposed to going through Spotify or Apple. Just use the link in the description that goes through supporting cast. It'll pop up with the our Rover page, which is our...
It's a way slicker setup.
Yeah, it runs better. We've got more access to everyone as well, because the big companies don't like handing over any shit. So if we're emailing stuff, like we may look into doing some stuff like that if we're sending out some exclusive opportunities, content, stuff like that. Anyway, long story short, that's the way to do it. Fucking way better. Get yourself in the mixer before Monday, because someone that we're going to do...
So we're going to let this soak next week.
Yeah.
And then the following week we call somebody.
Is that right, Tiggs? Yes.
Yes.
And then the following week after that, we'll call somebody else.
But there'll be keywords next week.
Yes,
you can
from
start
Monday.
entering next week. The first one will be drawn not next Friday, the following Friday.
Outstanding. Go well, go long.
And up the wires.
Are they playing tonight?
Yes, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. And they're playing the Finns. Fuck, if someone's got the Finns 13
Oh,
plus.
you drop your multi on the first leg.
Fucking first game.
Yeah, that's so funny. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you Monday for the Sniper Elite edition of the Not For Radio podcast.